It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so let's talk some Michel La Salsa Rivera. Michel Rivera, he has made a promotional switch, so to speak. He has now signed an exclusive deal with Salita and the fine folks at Salita Promotions. And I gotta say, Salita Promotions has been getting more dates on DAZN as of late, and it looks like they're becoming a bigger factor in the sport, because now they have signed Michel Rivera, a fighter that was once a top contender at 135, already has a quality win to speak of at 140 with beating a former champion in Sergey Lipinets. And I think Michel Rivera is in a good position because a lot of notable 140 pounders are on DAZN. Guys like Matias, fighters like Richard Hitchens. You got Dalton Smith as far as the UK, from the UK side of things. So there's definitely fights out there for Michel Rivera. And good for him, because he's a fighter that I think still has some things to show. I'm sure he feels that he was better than he showed in the Frank Martin fight, and he's in a new weight class, and he's gotten off to a good start. So he's coming to the zone now, and you got guys like Ergashev, you got Shojan Ergashev, who they just announced is fighting March 28th. I mean that could be a matchup for him. So there's no shortage of matchups for Michel Rivera at 140. Personally, just being honest, the fight that I think is probably the most realistic, and also I also forgot to mention Barboza Jr. That's a guy that can't seem to get the big fights. I feel like him versus Michel Rivera would be good. But for me, the most realistic fight I feel for Michel Rivera out there would have to be him versus the winner of Dalton Smith versus Jose Zepeda. I like that fight. I'm gonna tell you why I like that fight. They're both on DAZN. Okay, now if Zepeda wins that fight, if Zepeda turns back the clock and wins that fight, then you got him potentially against a Mexican fighter, a guy that has challenged for the world title on multiple occasions. If Dalton Smith wins, then you got a chance of him maybe fighting a British fighter and maybe getting some UK exposure. So I like him versus the winner of that fight. But regardless, there's a lot of 140 pounders on DAZN, and I don't think it's the worst thing in the world for him to be fighting on Salita Promotions. I mentioned Ergashev, who just signed with them, who's fighting on March 28th. Listen, a lot of these guys aren't going to fight Ergashev. A lot of these guys aren't going to fight Michel Rivera. We just heard that Matias offered Michel Rivera 80 grand for a world title shot, which is ridiculously low money for a world title shot, especially against somebody that got killed, another guy in the ring like Matias. It's a dangerous fight. So I think Michel Rivera is in a position where, yeah, there's a lot of fighters on the platform he's on, but he's going to have to continue to rack the wins up. So he's going to have to beat a Ergashev. He's going to have to beat a Barboza Jr. He's going to have to beat, a Dalton Smith or a Jose Zepeda. And I'm thinking by the end of this year, let's say Michel Rivera fights this month, or let's say he fights May. If he were to fight just May and September, October, one of those, May, no later than May, and at the latest for the second fight, probably October. If he got two fights this year, I think that second fight would be a very notable fight, because he already beat Lipinets, who's a former champion, and then now I would anticipate him fighting somebody in the rankings, and then after that, it should be something high profile, maybe a title shot. Who knows? But I like the move, and I'm happy for him, and I think that Michel Rivera still has things to give to the sport. He's got one of the better jabs in any weight class he's in. Whether it be 35 or 40, he's got a great jab. I think for Michel Rivera, for him to get to the next level, ultimately what it's all about is setting up that jab and his power punches and things like that, and becoming a bit less predictable. Because I felt like when he fought Frank Martin, one of the things that was hindering him in that fight was his predictability as an offensive fighter, and then just him not really being able to deal with southpaws. I feel like in this weight class, when you just look at the guys he may fight, whether it be Zepeda or Ergashev, or even a guy like Michaas Prograis, Jack Catterall, Gary Anton Russell, Sandor Martin, there are a lot of high-level southpaws. Alberto Puello, there's a lot of high-level southpaws. Andy Hiroka. And Michel Rivera has had a problem with his foot placement against southpaw. So I feel like he's going to get more than enough opportunities. There's more than enough worthy opposition and worthy combatants. Even Elvis Rodriguez, who's his fellow Dominican, fellow southpaw. There's no shortage of top contenders that are southpaws in the 140 division. So if Michel Rivera, from my perspective, if Michel Rivera sees any future for himself in this weight class, he's going to have to learn how to deal with his foot placement and southpaws and these kind of things. But nonetheless, I think it's a good signing. You also got Liam Parr, who's a southpaw. I mean, there's literally no shortage of southpaws at 140. So I think it's a good signing. There's a lot of good fights out there for him. 140 is always a solid division. But that's the news, you know. Michel Rivera officially inks a pact with the fine folks at Salita Promotions and Dimitri Salita, and details soon to come on when his next fight could be. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you guys think about the move? Who do you think he should fight? Personally, I would like to see him fight Ergashev. I think Ergashev, we need to see what he's got. So he got to fight on the 28th. Let's find out who's who. You know, do that fight. If not that fight, then Barboza is another fight, because Barboza can't get the big fights. And if not Barboza, then the winner of Dalton Smith versus Jose Zepeda, I think, makes a lot of sense. And I'm just going off of the DAZN 140 pounders. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterfield, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.